It's a little dark in the office today, but I think you can probably see me pretty well. Today we're going to be talking about retail sales skills. Now, you might have taken a lot of courses and know a lot about selling skills, but most of the programs that you see and most of the stuff about selling is from like a 30,000 foot view. There's not a lot of stuff out there about retail selling skills for the employees who are actually working with the public. The first person that they see that comes in the door is the person that you want to have trained to know exactly what to do. And there's a few skills that they need to learn before you put them on the floor. And after they learn these skills, you have got to make sure and follow up to see that they are employing them correctly. Too often, I've seen employees who go out there and have no clue about what to say to a customer, how to even introduce themselves, how to start a conversation, or even have the fortitude to ask the customer what they want. They sit around and go, "Oh, I'm going to wait for that customer to come up to me." Well, how often does that happen? A customer walks in the door and goes, "Oh, I want to buy that thing over there. It's so expensive, but I want it because it's got all the neat features I want." It does happen, but not very often. And what you've got to make sure of, you've got to make sure your employees know a number of things. How to talk to people, how to engage with them, how to not smother them. Your employees need to know how to do add-on sales. Your employees need to know what they're going to do with different types of customers. They also need to know about the products. None of that stuff is helpful if you can't get the employees to do them. So the first thing your employees have to learn is when you're on the sales floor, you're an actor. You're not the employee. You're not the person that's shy. You are not the wallflower. You're not the big bad dude who goes around and scares everybody. You're an actor. And your acting job is to go out and act like a super nice person, like you're everybody's best friend. Your job is to go out there and pretend that you are the happiest person in the world. If you can't do that, your posture, your attitude, your facial expression, all that is going to show off to people who are then going to feel like, "Ooh, this person has got problems, and I really don't want to talk to somebody with problems." Because people have problems of their own. They don't need to deal with your problem. So you need to be an actor. You also need to dress like an actor. Doesn't mean you have to wear perfect clothes, but they at least should be clean. And the same thing goes with your face, your hair, your fingernails, body odor. Oh, how many times have you been close to a salesperson who stinks? Cigarette smokers, they should be chewing gum. They shouldn't be smoking in a confined space where the cigarette smoke is going to linger. Those things can all be a turnoff to different types of customers. So be an actor. If you've had a bad day, if you had a bad morning, you had a bad night before. If you can't get out there and act like you really care about the customers, then you need to stay home. And your manager needs to know that. And if you're a manager, you need to keep an eye on your employees. If an employee comes in and he looks or she looks like they're hungover from too much booze or too much THC or whatever their choice is, you don't need them out there selling. You don't want them out there selling. The old saying, you only get one chance for that first impression. And if that person walks in the store for the first time and runs into an employee who is just not on their game, they're probably not going to come back. And I've seen it hundreds and hundreds of times. It has nothing to do with the price of the product. It's got to do with the quality of the person walking on the floor. So managers need to know and need to enforce, you are going to be an actor. I don't care if you're shy. I don't care if you're brash. I don't care how you feel. You don't come to work if you're going to be sick and sneezing and blowing COVID stuff all over everybody, or you can't pull that out and act like you're having a good time. It's so important. That's one of the first things that you have to do. The manager, you have got to do this. You have got to make your people friendly, easy to approach, smiling. Nobody wants to come into a door and see people frown at them. I don't. If I see somebody that looks grouchy, can't smile, doesn't want to say hi when I walk in the door, I don't want to be there. And I probably won't come back unless I have a super duper time. But if you got employees hanging around like that, you're probably not going to have a super duper time, which is not cool. If you want to get some more information, I'm going to go through a lot of neat selling skills in the next few weeks about how to get there. Get those people that's working, you as a salesperson, or you as a manager, or even you as an owner. You know, it's the old saying, it's where the rubber meets the road that your money comes from. And if you can't get your employees to treat the general public like they really care about them, your sales are going to suffer. So this is Claire Marvin, and I'm going to be on here a few more times. So I will talk to you later, and everybody have a great weekend.